This is nice though. We thought they might lean a little bit into this.
Now bringing out this Yoru as well. Oh, this is
Foxy on Jet, Buzz on Yoru.
Like this, if you can't have another
But over
initiator with
towards
a flash,
here we get a
go for the
Harbor.
Yoru. And again, you have that
Yoru
combination.
also only there.
Biggest counter to Cypher right now has got to be the Sova. So I do see it as a staple.
Here's the biggest concern. I'll just throw this out there real quick. We have Mako on Viper, and that's it for smokes.
Yep. Mako on Viper, casters, over to you.
We have Mako on Viper. We got double duelists. We got double Yorus on both sides. Thank you so much, Chubby Ninja, Asteroid, and Achilles. This is going to be one crazy match.
Yeah, and Foxy 9 back on the Jet
DRX
as well
on
with this double duelist.
DFM
I mean,
on
Buzz
attack.
on the Yoru, not too shocking, especially with that
And
Asteroid
his team
mentioned.
loves the Sheriffs,
You know,
but this is one of the better
considering that
maps
he's
for
often
it.
played the KO and things like that to be that supporting second line of entry with the flashes, but
We're gonna have
a very different take
have to keep an eye on
the
these
Yoru
shock dots
pickup
for
from
sure
DFM,
because
right, you've got
double
Neth
Cypher.
on the Harbor, so trying to cut things up a bit more, but it's going to be a tough
Cypher
attack
on
for them. They
attack.
need to get these early picks,
Still
because
has
otherwise it's going to be
Okay,
pretty
Trip
telling how
here,
you enter
Cam
onto
here.
a
Cam's
site.
gonna spot this guy over
There's
towards
that
short.
pick
That
I was
is a
talking
nice way to
about.
start this off.
Buzz is not going to be
Okay,
happy
meanwhile
about
we
that
have a
one.
cross map.
Foxy answers right
Shock
back,
that
though.
breaks the trip over towards B
DFM
as well.
Just losing out there.
The nice
legs for a
reply over
second,
towards short.
but still very much
10
alive.
HP. Could take a risk.
Oh, as Foxy 9 pushes past this Poison Cloud, it's so risky.
So tempted.
Well, this is kind of good bait for Cess, though. As they've all gone through halls, yeah, it's kind of hard to predict that he'd be right under from the shoot.
Oh, what? Wait, what? I guess it's right off
Okay,
the edge.
second time's the charm
one
on
will
that.
definitely secure
Just
it,
went a
though.
little bit
Mei's
too
still
far
very
and
much
went behind the
alive,
corner.
Goes in for the next shot. 22 HP, just gate crashes into safety. The plant goes through,
Oh
but Flashback
my.
senses it and uses
They're
the
both
timing
low.
to push up front.
Oh.
A second shot,
10
and here
HP,
it
14
is that
HP.
rookie.
They cannot win a
Good
pistol.
shots, too. Very
1-0
crucial.
on
Both
this
of
map,
them were quite
3-0
low.
altogether.
So if that was a headshot right off the bat, Stacks was pretty low. Could have still been a 1v2 victory for DFM. But it's going to be Flashback. All the impact kills coming in from Flashback here on the pistol round.
Very explosive, as we got two opening picks really quickly. But as soon as that retake comes through, I mean, the pivotal position coming in from Foxy 9, like you mentioned, Will. The shock dart from Stacks to get the kill onto Cess. But then Flashback.
So quick.
Is he, you know, maybe Izu's not the only player that's the future.
No, I'm still more convinced by Izu's showing so far. But the match isn't over just yet.
Really early. Foxy 9 pulling out the Outlaw. That's
yeah,
gonna be fun
no
to see.
armor on this one. We
Off of
have
that duelist,
one.
He loves
Sheriff.
to go peeking.
Oh, they
Definitely
saw each
spots
other.
one out. And you know what? With the Outlaw, the wallbang,
Yeah,
the
I mean,
penetration
honestly,
on this thing,
the
it's just
the
so
jump peak wasn't great, but it looked
Way
worse just
far
because
out jump as well.
Foxy
I mean,
went
they're just trying
for
to
such
switch it
a
up, see if they can catch him on
wider
another timing,
angle.
bait out the shots so they can run in as a double.
And look at the default positioning from DRX as well. I mean, Foxy 9, you know, he's put up that wall up around Shop Arcade.
Done an interview for a big job interview.
DFM no longer
Nice,
wants to
congrats.
challenge it. Mako
Hope it goes well.
watching halls. You got a little bit more support from Stacks, who has recons that you can send out towards mid as well. So they've got all these bases covered. Mako fires off a shot, and all of a sudden DFM, and I don't know if you want to keep going into A anymore.
Yeah, this is a weird eco round where Neth just keeps getting caught behind alone. Now, do they check this corner? No, but it's just a classic.
Spike down mid.
Yeah, I mean, sure, it's an eco, but it's just this weird
The timing on the
push
jump up there,
from DFM
nothing's going
where
right for them.
It's Neth with the spike who constantly gets left
30
behind, and he's like, well, how am I supposed to get out of this choke point?
Right. A lot of these like solo efforts.
good
get
pass
caught
into
in odd
farm here as well.
positions, and DRX
By
just
Brought
being
halfway
clean
there.
with their shots. First you got Foxy 9, then you got Mako.
It's the last game of the
thing
day,
I
yeah.
am most impressed about with Flashback, though, I've mentioned it before, is just how calm he looks, right? He's like, oh, this is just another game of Valorant. That he's giving off that vibe on stage. I mean, who knows? You know, if we do have a chance to hear from him, maybe he's going to say
it was a
this
really
the most
wide
nervous
one,
he's
to
ever
be
been,
fair.
but
I was trying to
the
shoot him
thing
some
is
bail,
with
saying
Foxy
that we
9,
went to a
we
deeper
could
angle,
tell
but it
he
was a
nervous.
pretty wide
You
jump.
know, some of the matches that he played, or even the maps when they were winning with Foxy 9 on stage, you could tell that the adrenaline and the nerves were getting to him, both in his play and just how he looked on camera. Whereas Flashback,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just saying. I mean, it's just Valorant.
Nice way
right?
to secure this. We are
It'll be
now
super
one away
funny
from
if
the
he
Oru.
actually said he was
I mean, it's
there.
possible. Some people are good at hiding it.
Oh, but look
Oh.
at this.
And
And the drone does
why
not
not?
spot him as well.
why not try it on a round like
Screen
this?
is running out though, and DFM hasn't pushed out all too far, so Mako's still in a pretty darn good position.
He's holding
Oh my
so
goodness.
close too.
Medusa off of the lurk, able to capture Foxy9. Mako instantly getting the trade off.
And the snake bite as
Mako's
well.
done
Doesn't
so
allow him
good.
to enter the cove at all.
Need to keep an eye on
I mean,
Medusa
the only
because
hope is that Medusa
there's a guy
got
behind
a
him.
pick on
And
the lurk.
how on
But what?
earth has he
You
not
just-
seen him?
You saw a flashback. Okay. Oh my goodness.
What's
Oh
this fight
my
even more
God.
first?
No, but I thought he was pretty much part of the wall as a statue right there.
Oh,
What the hell?
Well,
This guy,
thought
this
the
guy's
DRX
just
would respond
invisible.
to it.
Well, I mean, it looked like Stax thought it was going to be him just trying to dig into the site. I don't know, a bit of a comms breakdown perhaps.
30
Some
seconds left.
Wait,
questionable
is he
moves, but at
calling
the
that
end
the
of day,
site is
DFM,
clear? Oh no.
4v2 advantage to try to break into
Oh
the
no,
B
it's
site.
called that the site's clear.
Anthem was on the lurk as
22
well.
seconds.
All right, we'll see if Stax can
Okay.
dig them out of this
Okay.
one, but
All fine.
it's not quite going to happen. Cess had the positioning up around window.
What a
DFM comes back in.
what a weird round.
No
All right.
bonuses so far.
Yeah, some mysteries in that one, but at the end of the day, the lurk comes in clutch from Medusa. I mean, that happened very early on into the round, so a good kill there.
That's the second one.
I am
Fantastic.
actually wondering if Buzz was trying to act like he was a decoy, because the way he was walking on that angle is really weird. I mean, could be, I don't know, maybe we're reading too much into it.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? We'll find out. I mean, if it was decoy,
A
we
nice
should just run
recon.
forward. Whatever it is, Mate now has the dimensional drift, goes into it, gets all the info on the site, and is looking to get a pinch onto, you know, maybe flashback.
Need a
or
shock for this
Buzz.
trip.
Oh, flash doesn't quite go out though. Buzz able to take him down. Neff makes it a bit of a trade. Medusa now back in from top of elbow.
And
Archers is going to be
it
where
might
Mako is
just be the
positioned, but
perfect round for
without the
DFM. 4
numbers.
people surviving.
save.
We've got
Yeah,
no
and the
money
op
here.
too.
We've got to
Exactly,
save
yeah, a big
3,000. Can't
investment
get
there,
much
so
better than this.
DRX not going
Maybe
to
you could
greet
say
it.
that
It's
one
very
extra
early on
alive,
into the
but
half, so no need for that.
DFM.
But yeah, we've been seeing a lot more Yorus now with the dimensional drifts as well, where they're not just going to try to go for the flashy plays where you go for the pop flash and then jump out, go for the shorty, things like that. They really do start to utilize that ultimate as an initiating tool. Wait for your teammates and then just pop out, go for
I'm
the
telling you,
trades.
Yoru
I mean,
ult in a
it
team
looked like May should
environment,
have had an opportunity to get the kill himself onto Buzz, but at the end of the
pretty
day,
strong.
only that one weapon dropped. And that should help them stabilize quite steadily, as it was a rough buy round on the third round.
Yeah, not too bad for DFM. And you got to wonder again, I mean, the way Lotus played out for DRX, they had a stronger start. Of course, this is still just early, but this is DRX's map pick.
Yeah, and as the Des mentioned as well, even on Lotus, they won both pistols, so the score itself didn't tell the entire story.
Yep.
It could have been a much closer map. I mean, sure, I'm not saying we shouldn't count pistols as part of the skill level, but
Let's
you know, they
see where the
started with a
save guns
massive
go.
advantage. Ended up being a 13-8 score
Both
line.
over towards A, and we've got 4 people here.
Makes me
Recon
wonder
goes
how
in.
DFM might fare
We can
against,
sit on this
team like
angle the
Team
whole
Sigma
time.
as well, so we'll save that for a future day. But
Do
for
they just
now,
hear the
DFM
gun
continuing to try to push
and
through.
rotate off?
It is them up against
Oh, no, they're
slightly
sending it.
wounded DRX though. Foxy9 with the op still very much alive and just trying to get an angle, but look at all of these walls.
Yeah, they still haven't found any picks that they would want yet either.
Time to jump.
And with that, Spike goes down. Neff gets it done. Stacks, no angle seen either. As soon as,
Here.
you know, the high tide goes down, Toxic Scream comes up. And then after that, I don't know, you still got a little bit more utility. One more Cascade is available.
Yeah, I mean, he is
Oh,
isolated,
look
but
at
he
the
can
gate
get
crash
out of
back
there.
in
That's
safety.
nice.
Reckoning
Harbor goes
deployed
in as well, literally
DRX
just
starting to feel the
hitting
pressure.
4.
Foxy9 has to push up front, goes in for the tap, wants to bait out peaks. Here comes a bit of a flash, but
Ooh,
DRX
they've
are
hit
landing
some
their shots.
shots,
Buzz
though.
goes in for yet another. Flashback gets one of his own. Foxy9 gets another shot too. And despite all of those utilities and ultimate spent, DRX claims the round.
What are we
Yeah,
saying? Too
the
many in
tempo
A main?
just one step ahead
feels like it.
DFM, the original idea seemed
The problem
to be
is
that
that
it
this
was
wall's
going
pretty
to be
good for
Mace
like
jump
isolating the
peeking, then
players
gate
on A
crashing
main
out.
though.
Off of that, Medusa goes on the lurk, and then you kind of chain the lurks as well as you're holding out in main, but they realize they're already way close up to pyramids, so you need to
It's
just
a nice.
join
I
back
like
in
this
main.
wall.
The Reckoning sent a little deep as well, so DRX able to start pushing out in front of it, avoid those stuns.
I actually think this
Clean
wall's
shots
better than
across
the
the board
wall
for
that kind of
DRX.
blocks over towards middle.
Really, really clean. I think that was one of the
Nice, nice.
difference makers too. DFM, although they do recognize some of the
You get top of tube
situations,
as
you know,
well, so you
sometimes
can create pressure that you're
it's
pushing
just
down.
tough. A little bit slower on the decision making, and now it's going to be a DRX feeling a little bit more
Wow, that is,
rejuvenated. But what is that swing from
I
Medusa?
mean, he was so ready for that.
That was one of the snappier swings against the operator. It's a good call from Medusa. That shakes up the setup from DRX quite a bit, but lots of tools still. The pit remaining for a little bit longer on A main as well.
Just a bit, but hearing the footsteps out towards mid, Mako wants to investigate. That fake out was
Good
kind
luck
of
to
used as
Cypher.
well.
Let's see if we can get a kill on site as well.
Prompts made to kind of peek back down. Gate crash will be used as he
There's
regroups with
TP
his
here though.
squad.
Now two.
So now it's all up to
Ah,
Buzz
he got
actually
scanned.
to kind of receive and welcome
Oh,
them over to
flashback.
the B side. Flashback here as well.
Wow, the
Oh!
two-person
Great
hold.
double
You
burst.
just
2
wreck
kills
everyone.
from each of the DRX members. Now it's all down to May. Spotted out. Flashes out.
I hope we get a.
Have
I
to
hope
turn
we get a
tail and
replay
hide.
of Flashback's POV here.
Oh,
Oh
and he's
my
getting chips
goodness,
down
it's a
even
Seeker.
lower. A good gate crash, and Buzz drawing so much attention to the back of sight. Frees up Flashback to hold close angles. A surprising double kill throws off DFM away from their own tempo. Then they're struggling to at least try to clean up Buzz as well, but the headshots line up.
And it's just, again, a DRX on defense that knows exactly how to
Looking
play around
pretty
the
crisp
corners,
at the
knows
moment.
exactly how to jiggle back and forth and strafe shoot perfectly. Flashback, that's clean.
The
Buzz,
strat. I
a
mean,
little bit cleaner
this was
too.
a nice round from them. Yeah, I agree. Just slow default into the split as well, but
Timeout, surely from DFM.
I mean, those two just went.
Trying to see what other
nuclear,
answers
isn't
they
it?
can have, because without getting a clean first kill, and usually from the main force. I mean, Medusa had a great first kill here, but you know, it's away from the main force. They had to regroup, and at that point, the execute starts to look a little obvious when Yoro's your only duelist. So I'm curious to see what else they have prepared. Now, working mid,
What
like
the heck
they
is
did
this?
here,
I'm
mid
gonna
and
do
all
that.
is
I
that
don't know. They
pressure.
keep going back to it as well.
Does shake the default just a bit, right? You have to have many more angles to cover, and sometimes maybe that means you can't put all your trips on one site. You have to use one on halls at the very least. That used to be the go-to way back when. So there's some options to force DRX out of their comfort zone, but DFM, what's their choice?
That is the question, especially for this timeout. I mean, you're absolutely right. With Yoro being their sole duelist, Will, it's a little bit tricky and difficult to really create that space for your team. You don't have the same mobility and dive potential that
I think the
Jet
timeouts
does
are always in a
or
good time as well
Raze.
from DFM. It's a good sign also.
So at least for this round, Anthem on the Guardian.
What the hell is that
Just gonna
shot
try to
dart?
play it safe for a second. DRX, though, starting to stretch their legs a little bit. Look at what Buzz is doing down halls.
I like it after the timeout as well. You know they have enough money for a half armor buy. Oh, he jumps down. Make sure that they can't pressure mid too hard. Gate crashes out. Doesn't find solid
interesting.
info.
Can we expect DFM to not go 0-10? Yeah, from what I've
Does
seen, I
invite
actually have good
Medusa
faith they get a
for,
win.
A bit of a visit, though?
Yeah, but see, this is the change from DRX. That trip now put on Hall, so the earlier mid pressure. That way they don't have to keep watching both Nest and Hall. So DRX adjusting. They still have the gate crash for backup going into B. Don't have to worry about anything like a KO. So the default is here for DRX. Still finding comfort. Different angles on A side as well. Mako close. He's used that position before.
Wow. He's just ready. Buzz sends out
Good
the
luck
fake
to
out
Mako as well,
Just
yeah.
a bit more info. There it is. Foxy9 has arrived up around bridge. That's the first kill. Stax picks up the other. And then Mako, getting gunned down actually by
Yeah,
Anthem.
dude, he really wanted to
Gives
play in this pause.
DFM a little bit more space, but how long can they hold this on? Because Foxy9 has his sights available. Stax with a bit of a lineup from the Shock Dart too. May still very much in the game. Just wants to go in to retrieve the spike. 15 seconds left, and he has to stick the plant.
Plant and gets ult, but
He's
oh
going to get
man,
tagged, but can he get out of it? No! Stax follows him right through on the jump.
disgusting
Stuck
round
in
from
on the
Stacks.
first beat.
Really is.
So although it was a
Thoughts
good
on the
idea,
mid
I
Viper
did
AWP?
not
This
quite
one? I mean, I
anticipate
love this
Stax'
one. It's so
Hunter's
good.
Fury.
I think it's the best one
DRX
you can do.
investing every
It's the one that
cent and
blocks
dime
vision either side.
to secure the round wins.
Yeah, and
It's
the
just so
quick
good to
decision
create
from Stax
constant
as well,
pressure.
both on the Shock Dart and the Hunter's Fury. I mean, the pit's used to try to just get into the site, so they think that's going to be enough to win it out. Yeah, and he sees that coming up. Yeah, the pit's being used. He doesn't even actually necessarily
his
hear
shock
the pit
darts
when
have
he
been
draws out the Shock Dart, but he
on
just
point.
wants to deny that spike going into the site, and then he backs off knowing that he has the Hunter's Fury.
This is a nice
Incredible.
that goes there.
3 rounds, 1 in a row now. That win bonus is flowing.
Yeah, on a rough
Yeah, and like we
round
said,
for
money was really
DFM.
low on this.
They're,
They are
you know,
very
kind
close
of
to having a
now
combo though.
stuck into
You
their
can just
own
get
half
it.
armor meta.
Wow.
Next round, we can
He's
just
still
use the
putting up
Yoru
kills,
ult, and
but
Anthem
it's
can
not
just ult
leading to
whoever he
much
sees,
anymore.
and it's
It's
pretty much a free
single
kill.
frags and then trades for DRX. Foxy 9
Unless you
punishing
get
with
the
that
jet, I
operator, but
guess.
Stax now coming in to take a peek. It somehow doesn't pay off.
Poison orb emitting.
More members than he anticipated, perhaps. And then we got some pings from DFM.
Yeah, but look at Foxy 9's position. They know they've lost mid entirely, so he just takes over the entirety of 8 main into all
Oh,
the
they're
way to
gonna
the
meet
cave.
him.
Now, if he peeks out
Yeah.
any further,
And
his
it
legs will
might
show
be
on
the
that spy
spike.
I
cam.
like it.
Okay, we
Staying
go door.
vigilant. Trying to read the timings for how DRX might rotate. Still is a play in towards the A site though. So trying to make use of the pyramids and the toxic screen. Medusa with such a deep position actually pinches on towards Mako. Starting to look like a very
Hey, they play
secure
this round
DFM
well.
round.
Yeah, this is a weird round just because, you know, DFM's going to be able to buy up next round anyway. But Flashback gets 2 in a row. Now with the, yeah, of course you use the Blade Storm then.
This would be
How did
really
that happen?
really bad if they
I
lose
gotta see that.
this.
He gets a
A
third
triple.
kill
No
as he pushes
way.
out. Foxy 9 just making noise, trying to buy it away from Anthem. Timer is ticking. We spent 1 left click.
30 HP,
One
40
Flashback's running in,
HP.
he's ready for it. The
Oh.
Shock Dart doesn't go out. and he
Oh, dude,
blows him off the
Flashback is
spray
playing
around the
insane
pyramid.
right now. 10-3.
A beautiful 4K. Gets the Neural Theft with the defuse. The Academy youngster now on the main squad. A very impactful round win for him.
You know, we were wondering, right, on Lotus, you know, he had some of these 1-on-2 situations. If he can clutch this out, he will be amazing. Guess what? 2
Yeah,
on
he's
4.
not, dude. He's not
He
missing.
can do it just as well.
He's
He
not
took
missing
down
the
3.
duels. He just wins them all out.
I'm starting to see why the
Oh,
DRX
the
players are
2v4.
picking up Flashback. Oh, he's got the energy as well. I like it. Okay.
Not just calm anymore. All right.
Okay, they got the combo
thing
though.
is he doesn't seem to be a very flashy player. But in some
Got the
ways,
combo, and they need to
similar
make sure that they
Mako,
don't do the
just
combo
doesn't get
on the
shaken
Jet,
up
'cause
no
obviously
matter
Jet can
what,
dash.
Always expecting
This Cypher might be
next
the one.
target.
The pop-off, though.
Well, that's unlike Mako for sure.
There we go.
But yeah, whatever it is, here's the next round. Dimensional
No, you're
Drift
doing it
was
on the
deployed.
Jet.
Hunter's Fury and all the ults and utilities, too. Foxy 9 starting to feel
Oh,
the
they
pressure,
messed
but he's
it
still
up.
okay with the shorty. Pops up
No,
over
man,
onto the
it
decoy, and May
crumbled.
wins out the duel. Trades from Buzz, though. Flashback still very much alive. Look at the movement.
Look
Some
at this
fork
kid
coming
go.
through, and he
Okay.
picks up the 3rd kill. Medusa off of a bit of a lurk. Can't quite find all too much as he gets spotted out towards the end. Buzz takes him out.
Let this be a lesson
Yeah,
to
he's
all the other
13-3,
Korean
right?
players. Pop-offs matter. All right, the confidence. No, I'm serious. In a game
They really
like
did mess up
Valorant,
the combo though.
momentum
He
matters
did it
so much,
instead of
the
listening
energy
to the
matters.
comms,
Obviously,
he just
it
did
can
it off
lead
the
to
minimap.
overheats, but
Saw one on the
sure,
minimap, thought he was
Flashback's been doing
backside, but he was
consistently
actually
well
like
across
raised
each
on the
map, but
platform.
the way he's swinging out of the smokes, the
Right,
way
so
he's
he just
taking
saw
fights,
him. He saw
alongside
someone on the
veterans
minimap
on this
here,
squad of
and
DRX.
just did it on the
I hear
floor.
what you're saying. The confidence, the
And this
the
guy was
energy,
just above
you
it the whole
love
time.
all of that. I'm just laughing.
Whereas
because
it's better.
as soon
I
as you
do
say
think
that,
the better
Mako's
tactic a
face
lot of the time
shows
is just
up. He doesn't pop
just
off.
ult
Mako's
me,
an
and you
exception.
just follow them.
You know, Mako, he talks about how if he had the aim of Flashback, maybe it would have
Just
won
stand
Champions.
behind
Maybe
them.
if you popped off, you would have won Champions. I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe that's the secret ingredient.
Maybe it's got to be whatever it is. Medusa definitely has a bit of aim as well. Off the lurks, off of May.
chat,
the Guardian
this team is
shots,
gonna be fine
despite
this
this being
season.
a half by DFM, they are still thorny. They are still ready to shoot through.
Should be able to go all the way to the plant. Now, Dimensional Drift available for Buzz, so there's some options. He's actually dug all the way deep with the Gate Crash as well.
Okay.
You can't read that one.
Okay, please not
I love how he
another
sets the
round.
great crash out
Let's look at
towards
the
mid
after
as
plant
well, and
positions.
then maybe he goes in
Yeah,
for a bit of
maybe this guy
pressure
on site
play
needs
towards
to
the back
more
on
help.
A main.
Just wants to spot how many people are where.
1,
Wow.
2, 3,
Flashes just to keep them tied up. Third
4.
and fourth.
Calls up
He's
the
isolated.
positioning.
Oh, that's a good shot from Flashback.
What the heck? Incredible long-range duels. The Reckoning was saved for this moment. Tried to go in for that gate crash, but not quite in time. Mako, deeper position, has to hold it for his teammate.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Flashback drops down. So it comes down to the one-on-one, and May with the Guardian.
Yeah, he
Picks
really
out
hit some
1,
shots.
2, 3, and to the 4.
Yeah. Just the unfortunate part there is May tried to go in for an upgrade on the weapon, but not enough time left. The spike goes off, so not even the Guardian kept over.
Still a good win.
I mean, when you're this far behind, though, you gotta make sure you're taking everything you can.
True.
So we'll see. I mean, we'll see if it adds up.
But I'm just impressed. I mean,
Dude,
these are
that
all
looked,
just
that
Guardian
looked so weird.
shots.
It's like he knew
Getting the frag out
he
towards
knew he
Halls,
could
and
only
they're starting
shoot him
to
when
get
he was
an
looking at
idea
him.
for how DRX positions
As
themselves.
soon as he wasn't looking
We
at him,
are
he couldn't
nearing
hit
the
it.
end of the first half, though.
Here.
Could be another
Here.
potential 7-5.
That is how we ended off the first half on the first map.
That's a good move as well. Just note that Buzz spams that out, and then he gate crashes out, and it could have been made for
Mako
someone to peek in to
is-
Foxy 9's operator.
Oh, Mako.
Oh boy,
DFM plays
he
this
actually, how is this gonna go?
Oh, Mako. Oh, no. Uncharacteristic whiff, but still the spray transfer just as good. Neth comes back
The
in for
Cove
that
makes for
trade,
some
finds
really
yet
weird
another onto
situations
Foxy, but Buzz
sometimes.
trades right back. Medusa gets the shot through mid, but then his position is revealed. Stax knows.
Stack still has a
Wants to
drone.
play around the pyramids. Comes back into
Does it spot the guy door? Yeah.
Owl
Huge.
drone deployed. They knew where one player was, but not quite sure about Anthem. So it comes down to the gun duels. Oh! Jump peaks and
Medusa's
wall
here.
bangs. Medusa is coming up from behind. 8 rounds
Recon?
left in the mag. Stax tries to stick it halfway.
No
But
recon
just
on
left
this.
a little bit undetected.
It's pretty much
Medusa
going the
comes
same,
back up in full.
same
Medusa
slash similar
draws
as the
out
first
so
map.
much aggro
Potential
from
7-5.
mid in that post plant. What a crucial lurk. Starts off with a kill as well, a second, and then the cyber cage, and then he breaks the drone from Anthem. Like you said, that keeps him hidden just long enough for Flashback to not have his crosshairs lined up on that corner.
You gotta admire how sharp some of these crazy Raccoons players are.
You mean DFM?
Okay, DFM, yes.
They are DFM. I don't know what you're talking about.
Thank you.
They are DFM. They definitely
Mako
are, and they are
one
showing
kill
up
away from his
bigger
Viper
performances
ult.
than
That's the
last
only
year.
thing we really need to look
If we
out
can
for.
end this
With
7-5,
Euro
I might
ult
actually,
and nothing to
have some hope
combo
of
with
this
it, but
possibly going for map
like
3.
I said, this in a team
May
environment
with
is
the
strong,
conventional
and this
drift
time
out,
we go for a
looking
fake
to
on it.
initiate on towards B site, or at least
Do we get
create a bit of pressure once
any
more.
kind of
Medusa
rotate?
looking out towards A main.
They would
This is
love to
hard,
try
though. I
and
mean,
make the
this is
Euro
how they're trying to
TP.
take up space elsewhere, but May's got to have an escape ready to go. It's too late. You spotted two members on opposite sides. What a risk.
Very, very risky. Everyone's all split up. Now you got Buzz, who took down Medusa.
If he gets more than one
Buzz
here,
would double flash
That- yeah.
if he wants
I mean,
to.
then the round's over.
Okay, Cascade flashes through.
Oh,
Wow.
wait.
Good play, but good shot and good flick away from Anthem as well.
Okay,
He dodged that
there's the
flash
guy
like it's
aiming.
nothing.
I was like, wait, what?
Just in time for that high
What a
tide two from
bailout.
Neth. And it keeps Stacks at bay.
But they couldn't get Neth the plant, so no reckoning available. Was only 1 point away.
Ah.
Well, this isn't something DRX has done too much of,
Raid
but
boss
they're
is here.
wary of it. They have
Here we
enough
go.
people still left alive. 3 versus 3.
Unbelievable.
And the
Christ.
Euro theft. You have to push out. You
What
got
a
to take
peak.
this fight.
This means that
They
the
are
guys on
pinned,
site
they are
know that they
sandwiched
can
in.
speed up.
Foxy 9, if you
Him
don't
just
take the
staying
fight
alive
against
is
Flashback,
pressure
Foxy
enough.
9's right on the other
Of course
end.
he, damn,
They
he
held
actually
their ground, but
he
it's
actually
not
looks
quite
like
enough
scary
as
good.
Flashback. Unbelievable peaks.
I mean, I know it's a low-cost ultimate, but what was that? 4 neural
Give
thefts,
this
3 neural
give this
thefts?
guy some more confidence.
I mean,
and
quite a few. Sure, they
it's
fed him a
probably
couple,
huge
you know,
year for him.
defuses and things like that, but what a couple of rounds from Flashback.
Certainly speeds up the process and the retakes too of that neural theft. So, I mean, that's the story today. We're seeing DRX, we are seeing new compositions, and we are seeing Flashback.
All right, this fan says that they will buy dinner if... they didn't say who, but if they
Korean
win.
Alpha,
And
yeah.
it said per person $50.
It was
So that's
this
like a
whole half was
really
him just
decent
instant
like a
headshotting.
nice dinner.
It doesn't say who.
It doesn't say, but that means if anybody, right? Like, that's up to interpretation, so I'll take it. I'm down for a $50 dinner from a fan.
Yeah, something like Korean barbecue. Whatever it is, the map's not over yet. 8-4.
Can DFM win their
A lot of
first pistol?
improvements all around.
3-0 at the moment.
Sharp
No
shots
pistols
coming
on the
out from
board.
Players such as May, Medusa. Thing is, though, as we swap over to the next half, I mean, how do you make the compositions work?
Well,
It's a
Flashback
little
was
bit
good at
better,
home
yeah.
Yeah, it
grounds.
should be easier for
Not
DFM,
this good,
or
though.
at least it's easier
He
to
was like,
showcase
it was
what
more like
they've
he's
prepped.
holding his own.
But
He actually had a pretty
I'm
good map.
curious,
I think it was
Buzz,
split.
Yoru, depending on how mobile that is,
This
I
is
mean,
more
I think that's going
standout
to
for
be the
sure.
make or break.
That's what I'm thinking about. Theoretically, good composition for defense. You got Medusa on that Cypher. You've got the double controller.
Oh, this is a
But you also got double duelist in the form of not just Buzz, but also Foxy9, who has been sniping. He hasn't had the best
Raid boss, double.
given
Double
how
raid
he loves to
boss.
peek
Oh
out
my
on
god,
his
it's
own,
actually back.
but still enough that it confuses DFM at times.
Drop the ghost, drop the frenzy, buy the armor.
Fast push out with a cascade on A, so gate crash available for backup as well.
Well, everyone just kind of holds back. May already pinched down with Foxy9.
He was literally just on top.
That's an early camp.
Wait.
Whoa!
Wow,
Wait,
Spike
what?
Planter killed.
A good
where
pick
was he
out. I
planning
mean, that's enough
for that
time
to
for backup
happen?
to arrive from mid, and DRX knows this.
Hence, they are not pushing up front to retrieve the spike just yet. I'm more curious about Mako's positioning, though, as he wraps back up around. The high tide does block off quite a bit towards B main, though.
Good cyber cage from Flashback.
Stays in that thing. Knows that Neth is right around the corner. Oh, but past the toxic screen. As soon as it drops, though, picks off Cess. Neth right around a Rosie with that pillar. But Mako lands a shot. Too many targets.
No
a little
pistols.
bit overwhelmed.
Can't win any.
DRX, another pistol.
You can't win any maps if you don't get a pistol.
Flashback,
Especially against
just
a team that
almost
is, like,
robotic to a certain
In
extent.
theory, better.
But that's what you want from someone that you can trust to anchor, really just hold, you know, one angle, one part of the map. And the cyber cage, I mean, even though he doesn't necessarily get a kill off of it, the fact that it now makes some question, is he in the cage?
it is
Is he gonna pop
relatively
out on the other
long-range,
side?
though.
Is he still in the
Yeah.
cubby? That forces him. It funnels him all the way back in to the other side.
At some point, they just decided, like, okay, we don't want to deal with him. Let's try to run backside. But that is where he finds that opening. So with a pistol win now, Foxy9 on another outlaw buy. DFM off the save.
All classics. I mean, that's okay. An ambitious jump, but a clean shot from Flashback nonetheless.
Walks up like it's nothing. Now we've got that gate crash play on the site.
Thanos is walking down the
Most of it
halls.
is clear.
Yeah,
Fake out clears it
you're
out
not wrong.
full,
He's
but Flashback
he's
is in such a
unstoppable
good
at the
position
moment.
too.
Look at him.
Got the
Surely.
clean second one, now feeling a
Okay,
bit
there
more
we go,
pressure
the
from the double
overwhelm.
peaks, but Mako instantly comes back in to respond.
Yep.
Easy double burst.
I was about to say, if he does get traded, that's a bulldog over to DFM, but Mako's there at long range. Good support from the veteran older brother. Stax loving what his teammates can show under his leadership. I mean, Stax is one of those players,
Wow.
again, he's had great moments, but
Very
as
fast
a
with it,
leader,
Lexi.
it's been very up and down, and you could tell that he had trouble handling the pressure. I mean, he's spoken out about it as well. But now rejuvenated with two young players under his command.
First big buy rounds.
This is just kickoff, but I am starting to
Outlaw.
wonder, like, you know, champions
One
being in
shot
Korea
two
this year,
people.
is there going to be a little bit more pressure towards the later half of the year?
I mean, yeah, if they'll have to get there for sure.
They
'Cause
want
if,
to.
if that doesn't happen,
I mean,
boy.
it's looking pretty good. Two people on the
we
other side
saw
of
a
the wall. There
similar
is double
situation
kill
with
trip.
Masters Tokyo last year, and I don't think DRX would want to be in those shoes
One more
ever.
kill trip.
Definitely not, which is why this performance so far has been good. Just clearing things out to check. They see that spy camera, shooting things out. Medusa still trying to play around. Oh, he sneaks underneath the tripwire. Takes down
No
Stax.
reply on that.
The spike is still down.
Yeah, a little bit high on the tripwire, but at the end of the day, just trying to buy time here.
That's not bad.
Flashback,
Make
flashback
sure that
in
they
main,
can
just
get
like, come
numbers
on, bro.
advantage.
The post plants are coming.
We got,
The
okay,
lineups
it's
from
just
the
going to be a
snake
bit of a
bikes.
spam fest. We got double
Starting
molly
all
for
the
this.
way
Last
through
molly
the
goes up for
air.
Mako now, and it's just going to be
They need to push
Can
out.
we
Oh, they're
spam?
running out of time.
Cove,
DFM, they're clearing
not
off
here.
way too much. Outlaw still
Molly,
fires through.
out.
Trying to
Oh
tap
my.
back into it. Buzz lands it through.
A little bit
Zed's
left.
trying to stick it. He's
Oh.
trying to make it go through, and Anthem will secure the
Close.
frag on towards Buzz, just enough for Sez.
1,
stick the
2,
defuse.
armor rebuy, 2 guns.
Oof. That could have been dicey just because
big
I
round.
think DRX made the right call to say, all right, we've already lost enough members. They're still not peeking out. So since they've spent enough time, fire off the snake bites first, and then we'll still have 3 members on this firing range.
Yeah,
window.
Yoru's just so good against Cypher at the
Unfortunately,
moment.
at the end of the day, a little bit of better weaponry and still more members for DFM. Yeah, Anthem's relieved on that one. He knows what trouble they could have faced there.
Almost. High Tide was nice, though.
They're the 2 that died.
10-5 score,
And
and now
here's
we
the
go
3
back
that
into it. DRX buys up.
actually 2-4. Go. There's the
What
3
is
that
this
can't.
stack up around the A site?
Yeah, an interesting look here.
Foxy can just
Decoy
call this. I
invested
wonder
as
how
well.
much
They
util he
want to
has.
push out that much concern.
Molly.
You have the gate crash as well. That's
Wall.
why they do it.
Flash.
Right, so it puts the pressure on.
Recon.
Now if DRX wants
They don't know
to
where the recon
shake up
came
the
from,
default,
but
they're
they
gonna
know
have
at
to
least
invest
3
a lot 'cause
people
You heard and saw
close.
so many different
There
pieces
is a
of
Yoru,
utility,
so sometimes
and
you don't
DFM's
want to
banking on
insta
that. Now they're
push
trying to
because
erase mid.
it can
and
be
the
a bit
gate
of a
crash
bait.
will be there to support B site. The problem is Medusa is all alone,
I'll handle this.
looking for a pocket kill.
He does have a Toxic Screen just to help him for a time being. May getting a long-range shot from the back of Arches. But here comes Buzz, trying to initiate. Oh, spotted out by Medusa. Foxy9 trying to recuperate from those losses, but the flash is just too darn
Alright,
good. A
that's
flawless
really good
round
as well.
from DFM. What?
2 armor rebuys, that's it.
The first
Money,
pick from May
looking
is
good.
crucial.
Like
Cuts
we said,
off the
3
second
people here
line
can't
from
buy.
DRX, so,
So,
you know, sure,
low
it's
buy.
Buzz still looking for information. He actually gets really good information. He hears the gate crash, spots May, and then he's able to eventually push all the way in so that Medusa gets pinged out away from his cyber cage as well. But at that point, you're like, well, May's there watching for me as well. Buzz not able to pick his targets quick enough, and Medusa turns around. And Stax was not too happy about that round because they had a plan, and they couldn't execute it at all, really.
Yeah, and you really gotta think about why. I mean, DFM doing good, but was there something wrong on DRX's side too? Whatever it is, next round, here it comes, and it's gonna be an eco for DRX.
This change is good from DFM. This time, they're stacking A. They're sticking with it. They want to take the fight to him.
Oh, but DRX is not gonna give that fight too easily.
Uh-oh.
What a flash, and then Stacks to
Okay.
pick off of it. Another flash now, and Buzz continuing to strafe wider.
Keeping on this
than
luck
ever
of middle. I
that-
was going to
that-
say,
that
this
May
duel
could
is
track.
everything.
Onto the next. Oh, they're peeking one by one now. Will is not happy.
No, that's not why I'm not happy. That's crazy that flashback hits it. I was scared that he was going to. Sure, he's expecting, but he's backing up to stop when you're holding backwards and then break enough so that you can hit that clean
Well,
shot.
just
Sure,
when
he
you
missed
thought
the
they
first
had a bit
one,
of a
but
chance here. Low buy.
a good shot. I mean, Medusa had to rotate
1v3
quickly.
miles
Couldn't have been
away
cleaner. It
to
always
pick up the
can
guns.
if you're losing the round, but
I mean, at least he gets that.
flashback. What a player for DRX to pick up, or at least promote.
Here we can answer some of the questions now. Hey,
That's
do you
why
think the
he's
one
here.
controller on bind from GE was that bad of a
Spike plan
call?
secure now for
Yeah,
DRX.
yeah. Pretty much just yeah. It
just gonna
shouldn't
be Anthem
it shouldn't
trying
work
to
to
do
a
whatever he
level.
can.
They were lucky that Zeta played so
They have enough left
poorly
for
against
next
it on
round,
defense
so-
that they managed to get 5 rounds. To be honest.
You know, a little bit of a beat coming out, I think, from Buzz. A little bit of a trying to get the chant going, perhaps, in the crowd. But it's going to be a save. I mean, you have to. Still only up to 11. Still doable. Still can buy up for DFM.
Yeah,
Academy players in APAC
And
looking
so
good.
far, I
Yeah,
mean,
you're not wrong actually.
just showing again
Had a
that
lot of
DRX
big performances from them.
can always recover that quickly. I mean, sometimes it's just these strange rounds
DFM look
again
really
with, like,
good. I wasn't expecting
pistols
this.
and then starting to peek in
Even
one
the
by
Lotus
one.
filled me with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, I'm never a big fan of aggression against an eco, that's for certain. I mean, that's just so calm from flashback. But I do, I think this is more one of those cases of DFM so focused on what they were planning to do across multiple rounds, right? Because you pushed out from Cascade once, then you pushed out, you put pressure, then you rotate, tighten up the map. This time you're keeping people
1,
there
2,
to take the fight.
3.
You think you should win because you have
People
2
one
members,
away
so
from
with the
their
better
ults.
weaponry, you should be able to trade out.
At
Unfortunately,
11-6.
it was the first pick with a Sheriff, and May's all alone.
So just again, I mean, some
I think
odd
this
happenings
DRX
for
makes
DFM
Madrid.
for
I think they got a
no
good
reasons I can't
chance.
really tell
That
you,
second
but
spot is wide open, though. It really
does
is.
put DRX up at the cusp of match point.
Oh, these 2 members sitting here is so risky. Because if you go down, the round is instantly over. The double controllers stacked
The middle of the
together.
back in Pacific
kinda
is
lined up
even
for each
bigger.
other, too.
Yeah, it's
I
actually
thought,
way
like,
bigger than I thought.
Crossfire might be better, but now it's going to have to be that Cove to bail them out. May able to get a good
Because
shot
I
onto
kind
the
of
mid, though, so
wrote
that's not too bad.
DRX off.
However,
Sorry.
Halls
Kind of
has
wrote
been
Gen G
compromised,
off, and I need
and it's
to
just a bit more pressure now they're
reassess
thinking
that.
about it.
because
But there is
Gen
that
G
gate
look
crash
really
down
good.
too. Foxy9 dives right in off of that, and there is space created.
And
Cess is trying to
Talon,
make sure not everyone can come through. He's trying to tie them up as Medusa
Talon as
already
well,
near the
potentially.
entrance of Cave.
Mako sees
And Medusa's going to need to win that fight. He's going to wait for the main forces to start the attack.
Dax overall.
to soften up the blow. Artillery comes
Dimensional
in.
drift.
Flashes through.
Lord, this is on
Cess able
Medusa.
to get the first shot onto Foxy9, but Buzz, though, trades right
Medusa?
back. May comes in as well.
One.
Mako's just wanting to land
Nailed
that
it.
snake bite. It does buy a bit of time, but Medusa, like you mentioned, Will, striking from behind.
A great use of dimensional drift, and Medusa just does not show himself because at some point, Mako's
Okay,
gonna
the
have
problem
to
for
turn around
DFM
because
now
you want to
is
figure out where is that, how
there is
far
like
is that
3
Yoru
ults,
coming.
right?
And I love the patience coming in with the blind side as well. He doesn't use it immediately. They're able to get the first pick.
He's very
And then he
patient
sends the
as well.
decoy out, a great bait out around the pyramid.
It's good stuff coming out from DFM. I mean, a lot tighter teamwork than before. What you're talking about with Medusa not showing himself too early, waiting for the team, May initiating with the dimensional
He's been the
drift.
best
There's so much
Koreanist.
at work.
It's so
As
hard
the
because
rounds
it's
go
role
on,
based.
DRX's ultimates start to build up as well.
Yeah, surely GRX has a plan to use everything here. I mean, look at the
The
Cypher
attack
utility as
up.
well. It's
4
just trying to
ults,
cover their back
and we get the
all
attack
the way
up
around.
out.
Out of my way.
Oh boy. Flash plays takedown flashback though. But here comes Foxy9 with the updraft.
Spotted. Yep, that's Sandra's Fury.
Oh
and
man,
the
it's
choke
just,
point as well.
it's just disgusting. This
Allows
poor
for
guy's
Foxy
just trying to
to
dodge his
drift up
silver ult.
Clearly. Medusa last one left, and Foxy9 already knows where he is.
And we've seen this be repeated a couple times. I mean, I'm all for lurks, I'm all for flanks if they work, but the thing is if that's your game plan, the backup's always going to be late, which means you should either really just empty out as much as you can and at least not take these somewhat broken fights. Problem being, Breeze, the site area is so huge, you don't want to give it all for free. So you have to fight at some point, right? You don't want to give all the way up through yellow, all the way up through bridge. And DRX is abusing that against CFM
5
right
chances.
now. They know that the backup's not always going to be there. It never was for DFM.
Man, it's giving similar vibes to Lotus though,
That's one of
in
those
terms of
pain
like
points
a
at the
few
very
close
least.
rounds,
DFM
and if you actually give
Still,
them
I
a
mean, a
pistol,
good test
again, I
for
don't
the
think that it's
first,
enough for them to
debut
win,
match that they have
but
this year in kickoffs.
it's
Now
definitely
they can
close.
see like these are some of the improvements that we still need to make and
Bro,
whatnot.
I can't look at it. It's
But on the
horrible.
other hand, DRX, I mean, we can't stop saying good things about them.
Well, it's an interesting match between these two teams because obviously DFM definitely looks more improved than the latter half of their run last year in VCT Pacific 2023. But DRX also coming in with changes on the roster. So the question is still going to remain in a lot of teams' minds as they're trying to assess their potential opponents of, well, is this the case of DRX really coming back to compete for that first place in Pacific and try to take it back away from Paper Rex? Or is it just kind of that half and half of, okay, like DRX is looking okay, there's some rough spots? Because honestly, a lot of it is also just off of really good aim and diligence, right? Just good trades, good, holding angles. Not any much of a
Aim diffing?
crazy
Yeah,
strat
they are a
coming out.
little
I mean,
bit.
sure, the Yoru,
For sure.
not enough we've seen from them
The
on
overall
Breeze,
macro
but not
stuff,
cooking
though,
up anything
Bacon's actually pretty
entirely
good.
new. So I don't know if they're quite challenged to that limit where we can really get a gauge of, all right, are they there to try to challenge Paper Race, or are they really here to see we're taking it back?
Of course,
And
you would love
Give,
to see.
give them a
Yeah,
pistol.
that would change your
Give them
look
a
on
pistol
DFM as
round
well, right?
and see what they
'Cause
can
if
do.
it's the latter, it's like, okay, well, DFM put up a really good fight
Okay,
then.
5 chances, like you
But
said.
if it's the former, it's okay. DFM seems to have improved. We'll have to wait and see from other matches as well.
That is fair enough. Leaves you to think a lot about what is going on in the match right now as Neth peeks out and takes down Flashback. No more lurks available for DRX. Trying to find that opening into that A
Does
split.
the Viper want to pop Viper?
However, you've got Cess.
Yeah, he's just stationed here,
When
but he
are
has
you
backup
popping
this time.
Viper
They're
off?
already here. A double angle available. Foxy9 with a quick flick with the operator.
Is it too
Picks up
late?
one.
Despite the good adjustments for
No.
DFM, long-range duels, and Foxy9 just loves to go and pick things apart. Now angle swapped over towards yellow, or back towards the back of pyramids. It's going to be Medusa that falls next. The Viper's pit, though, and Cess tries to defend it with his life. Able to do it for the time being up against Foxy, but here comes the dimensional drift.
Wait,
I don't think he
watch
saw
it.
it.
Wait, he ran
Oh,
right
no.
by him.
He's still looking for him.
Oh, but he sprays a little bit early. Mako gets the timing off of it,
No.
and now Buzz back into safety. 30
Not
seconds
like
left.
this.
It's
Not the
2-on-2.
2v3 like this. We
You
got
still got the
server
Honors Freedom
ult.
Anthem, though.
Alright.
Yeah,
Low
Anthem just
time
needs
server ult.
to try to wait. Unfortunately,
Harbor's
Neth
in
not
a-
great
in a
position.
weird
Red Ring
spot,
was used
though.
as well, way too early to try to keep Cess alive.
Tap the spike server
For
ult.
a clear advantage before they push up front. They tapped it. Anthem goes in for the commitment. Mako trying not to get spotted, but the beam does reveal his
An
position.
impossible round to
Now
win.
sticks to plan as he
Does a
runs
good
out of time.
okay.
Recon reveals
Nicely handled. Let's count this one
everything.
down. 5 down to
DFM
4.
wall banks themselves into an 8th win.
And they, I mean, they got server ult out of them.
A lot used.
They'll
Got the
take
Pit
that.
Reckoning and Hunter's Fury.
They did, yeah, they did have to
away
use a
from
lot to
DFM.
win it though.
So honestly, a huge investment, but you'll take whatever you can get to try to claw into overtime. That first flick from Foxy9 really allowed the possibility, because otherwise I thought DFM's setup this time was good. The early backup, you still had a crossfire coming in from Medusa and May, and that keeps Cess able to just focus on that A main cave entrance.
That was a little bit interesting, though, with the corner that he played and Buzz not being able to see him. But still, next round, DRX. It's just Flashback with a Sheriff. Not lurking this time, though. Looking to make something happen towards B.
Yeah, because if they can get in, if they can get the plant, that's the pit.
Oh no, no, no.
Way too wide of a swing away for the anti-flash.
What a play from Foxy. However,
Gotta get
off
one
of
back
it, the
side here
follow-up
somehow. 38
just
HP.
instantly traded by May. Now on to the next one. It's Flashback who tries to make things happen,
That's-
stays alive
honestly,
long
Mako
enough for
did great.
Mako and Stacks to come in now.
The pit is going to go up. It's a 1v2, but no, he's still waiting. Oh, they spot him first.
Just want to ensure that, okay, he is coming from arches.
Well, that and of course the drone as well, right? Make sure that the drone gets the spot all the way to the timer, so
Fair
good
enough.
patience.
What is Medusa gonna do? Tries to wrap around the corners. Mako can play around so much.
We're
Viper's
going
Pit's gonna
back
drop
for
pretty
lineups
soon
as
now,
well.
and Stacks has an angle. Recon up as well.
Oh, but he's
Wait.
running away so far. He
Ooh.
gets one.
Oh.
Got a cage.
All right,
Cage.
surely Stacks plays
It's
for
all
time.
about the
He knows
cage.
how to make this
Got a
happen.
recon for this?
Only
Oh
4
boy.
shots for Medusa.
Do you time it
Running
well?
out of time. Sticks it half, sticks it full.
Trying to
Stacks.
stick it all the way.
Stacks.
Okay.
It's going to be the headshot
Okay.
from Stacks. 13
Unlucky. You
to
can
8.
definitely do.
That
There is
Cyber
tech to do
Cage
it.
just could
Better
not
than
stay
that,
up long
but-
enough. And it's going to be the second map and match win
Still
for
though,
DRX.
there's some
What a
positives.
nail-biter
You got to
of a
remember DRX
round,
win
but
4 out of 4
still
pistols
the
here.
veterans, the big brothers on
Some
DRX.
big positives
They can
for
definitely
DFM.
carry them over that
DRX
finishing line.
also, especially when
But
you look at
still, I
Flashback,
mean,
looking great.
the legs
Double
on these
duelists
younger
look
brothers
really
too.
good for them.
Flashback. What a